Hello, everybody. Reggie Time here, and welcome to my Monday review roundup of last week, and then we're going to play some. Well, I don't know yet. I'm hoping 25 and L snap after the review, but I haven't looked into Triple Eight yet. It would depend on how many people are playing. It's way more likely it's going to be 10 and L than 25 and L because 25 and L probably won't be going at this time of day. It's 20 to 12 on the Monday morning, so it might be going. If there's like 20 or more players, we'll play some 25 and L. If not, then we'll play some 10 and L. So this is the review for the week. We'll get straight into the graph. Very flat week, nothing much going on. Just very, very break even. But that's happening, which is pretty annoying. We're like something like 15, 16 buy-ins below EV over the course of 30-something thousand hands now, which is pretty damn annoying. But at the same time, when you're running below EV, but your green line's kind of flatlining, I'll take it, because that probably means I'm playing pretty well. To be getting unlucky, but still not losing, has to be good. Let's see if we can do this by the week. We want to be from, because I'm not sure how many hands are played. We want to be after the, how does this work? All right, after the, can we type in it? Yes, we can. Happy days. So after the 22nd of March. So we paid, what's that, 13,000 hands? Very happy with that. 13,300 hands in a week. Super pleased with that. As you can see, it would have been a great week. We'd have won at 10 bigs 100 over the course of the week. Had we ran at EV. Not going to focus on that too much. It's just one of them things. But effectively, we've had little better than a break-even week in terms of big blinds per 100. Not sure what it is in dollars because I played a mix of stakes. So let's see what that would be in dollars. Yeah, very break-even week. We've made $45.58. So yeah, one of them things. Can't be helped. It's poker. You've got to learn to live with it. And if you can't, then maybe the game's not for you. Showdown winnings, not great. Then starting to recover again a little bit. Let's look at that in big blinds. That's a better measurement than dollars, I think, when you've mixed stakes. Yeah, so we're still like less than losing 10 bigs 100 red line. I'm pleased with that. That will do me just fine. Not going to complain too much. So then we have all the sessions since the 22nd. Where we are here. I think I've been too tight at times, and I'll explain why I think that's been the case. I was trying to play more 25 and L, and then the time today I was wanting to play 25 and L wasn't running much. I didn't really want to play 10 L, so I decided to play some 50 and L. Sorry, I'm muted there. The games aren't that good, really. Yeah, I've done okay in them, but it's very reggy. Very few like legitimate fish in them, and every pot's opened. There's very few pots, very few times that will fold to you in the small blind or the button. No one's ever limping. It's just a much tougher game than 25 and L and 10 and L. And I think I got a little bit shot shy. I was like, "Ooh, just keep my head down." Just the game felt quite loose and aggressive, so I felt maybe a little bit out of my depth in terms of wow, these guys look pretty loose and aggressive, and statistically they look pretty good. I don't think they are as good as the statistics look. There's also some guys who seem to be playing all hours of the day or night, and I'm yet to be convinced that the humans. So I'm not sure how much I like the 15L game. I think longer term, if I was to want to play higher than 25 and L, maybe I'd play Sky or Unibet 50 and L rather than play Triple Eight snap 50 but we'll wait and see. We're a long way off that yet. I was just doing some investigating this week, but as you can see from my stats, like my VPIP several times is dipping to like 17, 18, and what have you. It's 16.3 there. So I definitely went a little bit on the nittier side, even though I don't think it shows up that much in this like 2014. So a little bit more passive, a little bit less three betting. Basically, I was just a little bit weak tight, even though I did okay in terms of win rate and my adjusted win rate. I don't think I'd be a 10 big blind winner in 15L snap. I don't think I'd be close. I think this is much closer to what I would be if I played those games all the time, and maybe not even that. The games just, they don't seem good to me. They don't seem good. 25L, we are losing, but should be winning at a decent clip. I think that's fair. I think like a 8 big blind 100 win rate, I think is very fair. I think I should be achieving something like that in those 25L games. And 10L, yeah, this win rate's obviously outrageous. I think I'd be winning at more than 10 bigs 100 in the 10L games. Just one last thing to look at is my positional stats. These numbers are getting worse. I think this is mostly a 15L effect, or a lot of a 15L effect, because these numbers were significantly better than this. My blinds were just getting attacked more. I did a bit more 3-better from the small blind at times. That didn't work out too well. And yeah, these numbers need some improvement again now, because this is too high and now this is too high. But I think it's both mostly a product of playing some more 15L, having my blind attacked more and having to defend it, feeling like I need to defend it a little bit more, then clearly not doing a good job of that. So yeah, if I'm not going to play any 15L this week, I don't think. I'm going to just try and get back on track with 25L as much as I can, and 10L just to fill in volume when I want to play, but there's not enough 25L going. And then, yeah, hopefully we can put another 10,000 plus hands in this week and see where we are. I wonder, can we do this? Can we add, yeah, we can probably add the time fields here, can't we? It'd be interesting to see what my win rates just for this week are in the blinds, because I'm not happy with them. Oh shit, I've done something wrong there, haven't I? Why don't you just do it this way, Reg? It'd be much fucking easier, dickhead. Yeah, look at that. It's really bad. Really, really bad in the blinds. It's horrendous in both. It's enough sample size. And I knew I wasn't playing well from the blinds. And I'm not playing that well from other positions too. This is probably a decent chunk of... I mean, how many hands did we play at 15L? Like, only 3,000. So it's only a quarter of these. So it's obviously had a hangover and knock-on effect into my 25L game too. Yeah, this needs to improve for next week. I want these blind loss rates much more manageable than that, because that long term you can't win money when that's your win rate from the blind. So you can't win a lot. So that needs to change. So yeah, I think it's been a mixture of playing in tougher games, losing confidence a little bit, and then just running below EV, and probably, even though I think my mental games held up really well, probably still, some small passive leaks creeping in because, just like, oh shit, it's been a bad week or whatever. I haven't consciously tried to change anything, but I think when you're running bad, subconsciously you just move off your A game. A little bit of maybe passive tilt comes in or what have you. Who knows what it is? But yeah, it's not been a good week. I haven't played as well as I think I could. Certainly haven't run as well as I think I could, but we still made money, so we can't complain. We've made $45 in a week where we've tried playing a bit higher and we've ran really salty. So yeah, I'm not going to complain. I'm not going to be an entitled prick about it. But it would be nice if this next week we can get back on track. So we're going to pause now and then get some tables up and running. So here we are. We are back at the tables. It's 10L because there's literally one person playing 25L. There's 24 playing 50NL, and I just know full well at this time of day that when there's 24 players, it's not going to be a good game. And we're staying off 50NL this week anyway. This guy falls to C-bets just 33%, so we'll go with a larger sizing. I know who you are. Hello, sir. Hello there, sir. Not going to use your name, but I know who you are. That's not a turn card I'm particularly keen on barreling. I think we need to try and get some value on this river. What calls this river? King Jack. No, I'm not sure we do want to try and get value on this river. Literally, only King Jack seems to be the only hand that bit of callers that's worth. Oh, R83. Okay. Interesting. Not sure I like that defence. I know min raised out of the small. I know min raised, but 8-3 suited can't be a defend. Right, what are we doing here? Unknown, we're checking. I'm going to try and fit more donking into my game this week because I'm very disappointed when I've got check raise and check call plans, how often I'm getting to execute them. So I'm going to start building more donking into my game. This isn't a time to do it multi-way with just one pair, but it's something I'm definitely going to build into this week. I've put some more stats into my HUD now as well because we're starting to get more hands on people. These stats are, I guess I should go through my HUD. I've never done it before. Easy call here. We have C-bet flop, C-bet turn, C-bet river, and one when saw flop stats. This is fold to flop C-bet, fold to turn C-bet, and then went to showdown number. I think they're pretty important for knowing how to proceed post flop in certain spots. He bet pretty big on the flop and check back the turn. He doesn't have a 6 when he does this. We're going to try and get called by anything that's worse than King Queen, I guess. And we get chopped up. We get chopped up, which seems fair to me. That seems fair enough to me. So yeah, we are going to be looking for more spots to donk. We're going to be looking for spots where we can lead out when the pre-flop aggressor has a C-bet of like 50% or less. I've been very disappointed. I've flopped quite a few top pair hands or better, checked flops. It's checked through and then like a bad turn card's rolled off, and then I've kind of just been in bluff catcher mode with the hand that I was wanting to check raise for value on the flop, or a hand that was looking to like check call on the flop. All of a sudden I was like, shit, I'm just bluff catching all of a sudden, and that doesn't seem good. So yeah, we're definitely going to be looking for donking opportunities against the guys with the 50 C-bet, the 53 C-bet, the doesn't seem to be too many out here today playing that style, but you know what I mean. We've all seen them before. Can we bet twice here now with our Queen for value as we turn the nuts on table one? Chris says, do we raise here if he bets? I think we raise versus this size. I think versus the larger size, I would probably just call, but against this size, I think we want to be doing some raising. It's just too small. Our hand's too strong for just 5 blinds to go in on this turn. Sadly, he folds. Kind of thought he might when he just bets 5 on the turn. It looks like a weakish bet, but we had the fish behind. And yeah, we just need more money than that to go in the turn. And if our hand's too strong to like, yeah, it's too strong and too vulnerable to either cards coming off that kill our action or cards coming off that kill our hand. And if the person that's like bluffing decides to fold, then tough shit, they decide to fold. This is a really interesting min isolation raise from the small blind versus the button limp. No idea what the fuck it means. Who the hell min raises out of the small blind versus the button limp? Swunted clearly does. Right, now this is a flop I've been checking when I first came back, like any board less than 10 high, we're checking. Not doing that when there's fishing pots anymore. We're just betting our hand for value, and we're trying to build big pots and not miss value by trying to protect our checking range against people who don't give a shit. Here we're just going to bet. We're not folding, by the way. If he raises, then tough shit for us. We river the actual nuts apart from quads. And diamonds have missed. So if he's got a 7, he's betting anyway. We miss value from an 8 if we check. But I'm going to check here to give him a chance to bluff with missed diamonds. The reason I checked there was he can bluff with missed diamonds. He's still probably going to value bet a 7. Didn't want him folding an 8. Well, not didn't want him to. Didn't think he would call with an 8 if we bet again, because I would, even a bad player would know an 8's fucked by then. When we've gone 3 bet, pre-bet, bet, shove on that board, an 8 ain't calling. And he absolutely turbo folded versus our check raise, so our check was good. If this was like a suited 2-gapper, we'd probably peel on the button, but suited 3-gappers, you've got to draw the line somewhere, I guess, and the suited 3-gapper, I guess, is where I draw my line. 6-7 suited. We're going to try and put some more looseness and aggression back into our game after we tightened up, went a bit weak tight towards the end of last week, so we'll probably over adjust by opening too wide and then draw it back again. Just going to see about our range on this board. Get called, and we're going to shut down. We'll raise here with the ace-4 suited versus the button limp. That's something I think I haven't been doing enough of too, is like raising big blinds versus limps. I've just been like, check. No, we've missed it. I'll take it then, sir. I'm going to try this week too. I'm going to try and wait until the action is on me. I mean, if I have like a really bad hand, I'm just going to turbo fold it. But anytime I'm in a button with a hand that would be on a range chart to open, I'm going to try and wait to open it. What I typically do when I'm playing speed poker is I will fold the bottom of my range that I would be opening at regular tables, which is why I look a bit nittier than I am. So I'm going to try not to do that this week. It will definitely, without question, cost me volume. It could end up costing me like maybe between 500 to 1,000 hands over the course of the week. But I'm going to try and do it properly. I'm going to try not to have a volume focused week, and I'm going to try and have let's just try and play pretty well week. Still no reason why I shouldn't be able to get 10,000 hands in, but I don't think we'll be having a 13,000 hand week. But you never know; it's possible. And stuff like this, I would be turbo folding this normally. A6 off from the button, whatever. Fine, it's a steal opportunity, but that's all it is. But when I see that we've got this massive nit in the small blind, then it's a good steal opportunity. So I should be waiting to try and take it. And just raise there versus the weird min donk. I don't always raise versus min donks, but on boards that in theory favour my range, I will raise against min donks. So this guy's only got a 5% pre-flop raise. So 3-betting here kind of makes me feel uncomfortable, because I think we're going to get 4-bet pretty high frequency versus someone with the 5% PFR. What the fuck? So we've got somebody here with a 44/5 who's just overbet donk jammed. And he's got Oh, I just don't fucking... What is going on here? What is going on here? I think I'm just going to fold. I don't think he's doing this with pocket tens. We have a jack of clubs, which is kind of blocks a lot of some of the draws he could maybe have to do this with. Yeah, we're out. We're out. And we're going to be out on this turn if Lulu barrels. Which Lulu will barrel a lot because Lulu barrels 67% so far. Wow. Now, is Lulu doing this because Lulu knows me and is just having some fun? Or is Lulu doing this because Lulu's got either a very strong draw or a very big hand? Lulu's range for doing this should be stuff like good flush draws, which is now 2, some sets, maybe ace jack. We're not doing well against much of that, are we? We're not doing very well versus much of that, so we'll let it go. I was never contemplating calling there. I was just trying to figure out what type of stuff he should be doing it with. Maybe Lulu's just being naughty. I've been talking with Lulu over the weekend on email, and maybe, just maybe, he's been a bit of a naughty boy. But who knows? Who knows? We'll find out eventually, because I will talk to the guy. And if he's been fucking bluffing me, then, well, I won't be responsible for my actions. I really won't be. Even though a lot of these regs in these games have similar stats to the regs at 15L, the caliber of the post flop play is, it's vastly different. Vastly different. I would defend versus 2.5x, but versus 3x, we're going to let it go. We are going to defend the pure suited connector versus the 3x from it. Well, we're just going to class him as unknown. I'm not folding this flop. There's a good chance we're not folding the turn 2. I think this is a turn our opponent's going to barrel a lot, regardless of whether he is strong or not. He bets 3 bigs again, though, which he is weak. But he might have a better hand than us, so we're going to turn our hand into a bluff. If he's value betting pocket 8 to something here, we would like to have him fold it. I'm not sure our hand's really strong enough to want to go check call river as well. So I'd rather, like, if it looks to me like he's the sort of player who maybe continues barreling with a better hand than ours that's worse than the king, and then when he chooses that sizing, then kind of turns his hand a little bit face up as, look mate, I don't have a king, please take this pot away from me. Good for you, real, whatever your name was. Good for you, 3-betting me. Blind versus blind. Hope your mother's very proud, sir. Oh, we've been 3-bet again, this time by a nonsense sizing. He's got no money, so we're just going to have to try and smash the fuck granny out of the flop, which we do not do. Fold the queen 8 to Dander. Fold the king 8 here. Pocket 3's under the gun. No, I don't open deuces through 5s under the gun unless there's a very good reason to, because of a certain player type at a table. Again, if that was a suited 1-gapper rather than a suited 2-gapper, we'd have flatted. I decided to try to put some suited connectors into a button flattening range. But the three gappers just aren't making the grade. The two gappers or the pure connectors are making the grade. Flat here with the ace queen suited. Don't know enough about him to want to have a good plan for this spot. I guess we're just going to keep calling unless a diamond rolls off. I guess that's going to be the plan. I think we're just going to block this river. If he raises, we have a pretty easy fold. We won't beat much. If he raises, he just folds. No pair, no draw, facing another min donk bet. I'm much less inclined to raise on a board that's more coordinated. But we're not folding for one blind. He now checks. This guy has like a weak jack or a decent-ish 9, I expect a lot of the time. Or maybe he just has a big ball of fuck all. After playing 50NL, fuck me, these games seem soft. They seem really, really soft after playing at 50NL. We've been at 3-bet here. We are out of position. And we are going to let our 9 score. We've been at 3-bet again by Ritter of the slow roll hand of a couple of weeks ago. Five, 4, 4. He is weak. He just call. Pick up a gut shot. It's not a brilliant card to barrel. Disappointing thing with here is like when we like check down and he then just shows us like ace jack or something like that. I think we're going to fire a second barrel now. We've picked up the gut shot. And then if he calls again, we're just 100% giving up river. King 10. We have two potentially fishy looking players at the table, so I'm going to make it's not a loose open. I mean, it's two Broadway cards, so it's not terribly loose. Look at Lulu. Lulu, you and I are going to fall out, sir, if you carry on with that shit. Stop being a fucking bell end. Just absolutely no reason to do it, apart from, look at me. I know Reggie's a nit, so I'm going to 3-bet the fucking living shit out of him and overbet versus him and do all the stuff he just doesn't fucking like. Stop it. It's not big. It's not clever. Bit like my wife. Could 3-bet the ace queen here. Wouldn't feel too great about being 4-bet, but I think we will 3-bet it. Where's this Lulu character at? I need to tag Lulu a different colour. Next time we see Lulu, let's get the motherfucker tagged. Where you at, Lulu? We're on fucking red alert for you. That is a dreadful flop for me to want to c-bet into a fish, so we're just going to check. Not a great board here against a regular to c-bet. I had the 6-6-5 two-tone. We're going to see a higher than usual frequency of check raising on that board from a regular, so we're not going to c-bet, and we're just going to fold. There we go. Easy game. Easy peasy game. There's Lulu. Right, you fucker. You're getting the annoying fucker tag. There you go. Have the annoying fucker tag so I know when you're there. We don't want you blending in with your surroundings. We will be 4-betting if this potentially aggressive looking unknown 3-bets. And a 3-bet smaller than usual here because of his stack depth. Normally I would go to 10x, but he doesn't have as many chips, so I'm happy going a little bit smaller. Folds anyway. This dude's either in a very tough spot or he's just being a dick. You disconnected maybe? Oh, how fucking long? How long? I'm going to c-bet here. Our friend doesn't like folding to c-bets, so we're going to have to double barrel a fair chunk, but I'm prepared to do that. I'm prepared to double barrel here against someone who only folds at 27% of c-bets. It's a good card to barrel on. It's going to be a shame to bet fold this turn, but that's the plan. Against someone who only folds to c-bets 27% of the time, we just cannot be doing much. It doesn't have ace-king here, or shouldn't have it. Shouldn't have king-9 either. What size? I think he probably has Jack-X, a decent chunk here. I'm going to go with that, just to get crying calls from Jack-X. He folds. Okay, never mind. Deuce 10. The Brunson. Oh, two very interesting looking hands here. Right. Do we flat here or do we 3-bet? Again, opening ourselves up to a 4-bet kind of stinks, but we've got two potentially aggressive looking... Oh, fuck off, Reg. That's irritating. I was about to 3-bet because of the people in the blinds. I think, but passive players in the blinds, I was going to flat there. Aggressive players in the blind, I was going to 3-bet. Turns out we ended up just timing out because I didn't hit my time bank. I thought I hit my time bank, and I hadn't hit my time bank. This fucking annoying Russian guy again. At the start your internet connection out off. Just fuck off, sir. Just get out of my fucking player pool. Yeah, disconnected. Flop 2 pairs here on a pretty dynamic board. Start with a bet. I'm going to start with a bet here. Not super surprised to get raised. Certainly can't fold. We're hoping to see a pretty clean run out. No, we don't. Now we've got 2 options here. We can check back and represent air. And maybe induce some stabs on the river here. And then we're going to check back here and then like raise river leads from our opponent or just value bet really quite big. I think when we bet the turn, we may be getting to fold some stuff that would certainly hero call versus a bet check bet line. Here we have a pretty fucking easy raise. And he's just going to bluff catch versus us, or he's going to shove better. What happens here is we raise, he calls with all his like thin value that now doesn't believe us, and he just shoves his full houses and better, or trips and better. So we have a very easy raise here. He's not going to have a bluffing range when if he re-raises us. Shouldn't have much 2x in his range, given that we 4x free. Wow, he just go with the 3 bet. Now, all of a sudden, this is where it gets really fruity because I don't want to fold. I'm going to fold here. But I don't want to fold here. Because our line looks like bullshit, but there's just nowhere near enough of the 10-0 snap pool that has this line in them as a bluff. The bet 3 bet river as a bluff. I mean, if he just has pocket 10s, pocket 9s, pocket jacks, he just calls when we raise. We're going to make a very disciplined fold there. That was the thought plan before the hand. That was the thought before the hand. Before the action, we would bet fold to a raise because population doesn't bluff anywhere near enough there. Disappointing when he does find the raise. I mean, the raise is going to be the least likely thing he does there. The fold's going to be the most likely thing, I guess. The hero call is going to be the next most likely, and then the 3 bet's the least likely. But it is sad. It is sad to have to make that fold. Didn't enjoy it. I think I'd find it harder to make that fold at 50 and low where the games are more aggressive. Even though I think there probably still isn't too many players bluffing when they take that river line. I'd find it harder because I just look at the players who are generally more aggressive and I think, oh, well, my line looks like bullshit. They might blah, blah, blah. And I'll convince myself to make calls that really have no business making. Would be interesting if anyone's got this round the video, though. Interested in your thoughts on my line there. I mean, obviously, there's a strong case to be made for just betting the turn. But that's a border I'm going to bet a decent chunk of my range and then like bet check something. Right. Our opponent here only c-bets 48%. It's not a good board for us, for our hand. It's a good board for his range, so no real reason to continue there. I think we're just going to try and get a hand to showdown here now with a 9-7. We were never winning that hand. We were never winning it. little bit concerned we don't have the best hand here, but clearly too early to fold. Oh, wow. I really don't like this spot. I do not like this spot in the slightest. We have trip aces, and I am considering folding. I wanted to fold and watch. Now we're just going to fold. I'm not particularly pleased with the line I've taken here because of my distraction in the other hand. I'm going to try and get that ace X hand up and see if it went to showdown. It hasn't turned up yet, so hopefully I can look like a... Oh, I don't want to thingy fold here. Hopefully I can look like a genius in a moment. I'll look over here. I will bring the hand back no matter what. If it didn't go to showdown, I won't bring the hand back. But if it did go to showdown, then I will bring it back. Doesn't appear to be refreshing. This must still be playing the hand because it still hasn't turned up yet. I'm getting more confident in my fold. Why is it not coming up? Right. Sit out a minute because I want to see. Oh, pressed the wrong button. Right, sit out, next hand, all cash games. Right, ace 10, where are you? Oh, I already went 699 in the end. Actually, this guy won in the end, and we would have rivered quads. So who knows now? I mean, oh, excuse me. We would have obviously rivered the best hand. Who knows? I know most of you guys will hate that fold. I don't hate it. I'm confident we folded. On the turn, I'm confident we were behind. That's all I'm going to say. We'll have to defend versus this 3-bet sizing. Morning, Paul. Stop abusing me. Can't fold yet. Probably can fold on the turn. Tiltmuch. I recognise that name. Why do I recognise that name? Why do I recognise that name? I don't know. But I do recognise it. That'll be a set. And that'll be a pretty irritating min-donk. I mean, we just have to raise. We need more money going in on this flop than that. I think we're going to get 2 folds here a lot, which is annoying. I'm going to bet 3 streets here with my 10-jack. Small, all 3. No, we're not, because we're going to get raised and we're going to find an easy fold. That is an utterly despicable turn card. And that's a very pleasant river card. Have a 6 and bet big. He's overbet. Oh well. He's not folding, so we're going all in. He did have the 6. Beautiful stuff. Beautiful stuff. 6-4 deuces looks like a reasonable check raise opportunity. I would sometimes play this hand, but with 3 regulars behind, we're not going to. We see bet pretty big, but we're still raising. Very nice. Take it down. Happy days. I'd like a set. We don't get a set. We can call here. We're going to get squeezed. It's going to be by this guy. On the 7-3-3 flop, we're not going to be looking to put much money on this flop. Don't think he's going to see bet bluff multi-way. Pretty happy fold there. Wow. What a sizing. Oh, no, it's not that. No, actually, ignore me. We might be getting bluffed here, but we've only got second pair, so I'll live with it. Meeting aggression with aggression in these games when you don't have a good hand is found out to my cost this week or the last week that it's not a good line. Usually when people are 3-betting pre or raising post, they're just towards that very value heavy range. Right, we're going to play a big one here with Lulu. This could be a mistake, but we are 4-betting and we are not folding. And we're just going to do some dancing and see what happens. Don't want him to jam. I'd much rather he just folded. I don't want to see a jam coming in, but we have no option. Interesting flop. In that it shouldn't improve either of us. No real reason to bet here. I think he jams ace king pre. I don't think he's folding pairs that he's 3-bet called, so we are checking back. We're not planning on folding here. I think the only card we might fold on would be a jack, I think. Wouldn't like to see a jack. That jack feels like it might be dirty. Ace king, well, it didn't 4-bet shove the ace king pre. That does surprise me. That definitely does surprise me. This guy looks aggro. This guy looks aggro over a small sample. So we are not folding. Pretty bad board. So we're just going to be check folding now, I think. I'm inclined to double barrel here, then just give up. You know, I think he's going to check call that flop with a lot of pairs. Doesn't have to have a king. I think he's going to fold a lot of those pairs versus a turn barrel. And if he calls twice, then we can just confidently give up that we don't have the best hand and expect our opponent not to fold a huge amount. Here it's just a flat. 4 deuce deuce. Lulu c-bets a lot. He doesn't c-bet here. Not seeing much point in us c-betting just yet. Sorry, betting versus his miss c-bet. I think he has some ace highs here that I was beat. So we're going to bet pretty small on this turn and then bet pretty big on the river. The queen's not ideal because ace queen is definitely in his range here for taking this line, but I think he's capped pretty much at one pair. He did have the queen. That's unfortunate. No. Well, say it works. We had the best hand until the river, but never mind. Lulu is definitely being a thorn in our side today. Not sure I love his turn call with king high. I mean, yeah, I'm going to have some worse hands in king high there for certain. But, yeah, don't think I love the line. Right, this guy doesn't have to have a queen. He calls. Do we just start playing bluff catcher now? Don't think we can get value on another bet. Well, we possibly can, but I think I prefer checking and not folding. I mean, if the guy's got us beat, if the guy with the 75 VPIP's got us beat here, then good for him. He's just going to take my money. I'm really unhappy with this situation, but what are we going to do versus that sizing? Ace queen. This hasn't been a fun session, has it? Not many good things have happened this session. We stacked a fish and that's been about it. The rest of the time, we've just been giving chips away. Not a river we're comfortable with. Certainly can't bet for value, and we certainly can't check call. So, tight bill is going to win this pot. Squeezing here, hoping not to see the 4-bet coming in. We don't want to see a 4-bet coming in here, but we don't want to just flat versus 71-71 with a hand as strong as King Queen of Hearts. The 4-bet does come in, and I am not in the mood to fold this hand to this guy. We're going to call, and then we're going to probably go with any flop. I'm not loving it, but the guy's playing 71-71. We got a good shot at a backdoor flush. Oh, yeah. Blah, blah, blah. This is a fucking nasty spot. Because... Oh, man. Ugh. We are getting thoroughly destroyed today. I mean, we're beat here by Archer, but Wally keeps putting one blind in. Fine. What to set here at last? And River the Flush. Well played with your Queen 9, sir. We flopped a set in a multi-way pot on an A-side board, which is nice. So we're going to... Woohoo, we've won something. Oh, 10-cent blast. Wonderful. So we're going to see bet pretty big here. Good chance we're going to get called by an ace. Maybe even raised. Oh, do fuck off. Flop fucking middle set multi-way and do not even get one call. What is that all about? It's not your day, it's not your day. We get fucking min raised here now. Can't fold. Why is everyone doing stuff I don't want them to do? Why is that happening? That's not fun. That is not fun. Now we're going to get queens in pre and hope to win. That's what's happening now. We're going to get queens in and hope to hold against ace king. Oh, piss off, flop. Just piss off. Right, concentrate, Richie. I'm glad this is just fucking 10-0. I'd be raging if this was 15-0 right now. So we're getting our pants pulled down and boards are not cooperating with us. I just don't want to bet this multi-way. Do not want to bet this flop multi-way. Two players have stayed in a 3-bet pot. If they don't have an ace, they're just going to fold. If they do have an ace, they're not going to fold. Gotta hope we're up against like pocket jacks and fucking tens or something here. This is just fucking gross. This is just gross. Red line is not good here. Don't want to look at how much we're down. I think we're going to be down like 25. Only down 7. What the fuck? How are we only down $7? That can't be right, surely. Oh, fine. I'll take it. Feels like we're going to be down a lot more than that. And this guy's 3-bet. From the small blind, he's 9% or so. He double barrels a lot, so we're going to try and get a little bit sticky with him here. 71 flop, 73 turn. So we're going to try and get sticky. If he bets small this year, there's a chance we're going to shove. Do we have enough showdown value here? Do we have enough showdown value against someone who double barrels at his frequency? I think maybe we do. Jacks. Okay. What's your fold to 3-bet, sir? 54%. Fuck, right. Why is that time bank not fucking working? Does it only kick in post-flop? That is fucking super annoying. Because I clicked it more than once, and it still timed me out. That can get right in the fucking bin, that time bank. Doesn't appear to want to be working this morning. Yep, that one annoyed me. Folding to the turnover bet here. Not folding to this guy's 3-bet. We flop a pair. We're going to go with a very small check raise. Don't even think about checking back. I think, oh, we're not going to go with a small check raise versus that size. And we are going to bet around 18 big blinds here and shove rivers. Seems like a safe enough run out. And if we're beat, well, we're beat. Yay, we won one. Took the 70 VPIP guy to give us a W, but we got one. We got a W. Go us. Fuck me, we've been going an hour. We're into overtime, boys. We are into overtime. Pair in a good shot, but I'm going to let it go. So I think we'll wrap it up now. I'm going to continue playing for a bit because I've got fuck all else to do on a Monday lunchtime. But we're not going to keep recording. People don't watch the videos this long very often. We're going to start with the C-bet here. And take it down. Double barrel here, give up if we don't improve. I think that might be it. Is it? Yes, that is it. So, let's see what damage we did. Well, I've had worse sessions. We lost 81 bigs. Obviously, we would have won some of that back, or possibly won some of that back, had we not timed out with the fucking 8. We timed out a couple of times that in spots where we would have favoured to make chips, which is unfortunate. And then we had the fold that turned out to be a bad fold when we would have rivered quad aces. But I'm confident in that fold on the turn. The guy donks pretty big on the dry flop, gets called in 2 spots, and then donks big on the turn. Very confident. It's just decided to randomly fucking sit me out now as well. So yeah, I think that obviously the aces turned out to be a bad fold. In the end, we would have rivered quads, but I think we're behind just too often. I think he's just going to have sets too often there with that on that donks dry board like that. That double barrels into us on the turn. It's just a very strong line, and at the time, an ace with a 10 kicker didn't feel like it was the best hand, so we made an extremely tight fold. I know most of you guys will hate that, especially afterwards when you see that we would have rivered quad, so therefore he didn't have us with a dominating ace. But I can live with that. I can live with the criticism. So yeah, we'll leave it there. I'm going to hopefully do a hand review tomorrow with some of the Discord boys in Sky. Hopefully we're going to get that done tomorrow afternoon. You never know. It is subject to change, but there could be a video out on Wednesday reviewing some hands I played at 25NL and 50NL. So yeah, I look forward to doing that. Hopefully you guys will enjoy it. Hope you've enjoyed this, even though it's not been too successful. Take care, everybody. Have a great week, and we'll catch up with you later. Bye-bye for now.